Hey, thank you, Kelly. We appreciate it. Well, we know the Salvation Army does so much in our community. Of course, we know they're famous red kettles, of course, during the holiday season. But listen, the outreach they do goes far beyond that. You know, we're going to talk about a pretty serious issue that's impacting a lot of people across the country. We've talked extensively about the opioid crisis that's happening in many of our communities, and the Salvation Army is doing its part to step up and help people who want to get their life back on track. It has an adult rehabilitation center that offers recovery programs free of charge, and they have space available. That is the good news. So we want to get people the help they need. And we're so pleased to have with us this morning Captain David McDaniel, who is the director here in Las Vegas. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. And also Lisa M., you are a graduate of the program. You have this beautiful smile on your face. You're a beautiful lady, and you have a really powerful story that you want to share with us. And thank you for being brave enough to share your story, first of all. So we appreciate that. So tell us a little bit about kind of your journey and how you made your way to the Salvation Army, and now you're sitting here with us today.
Thank you for having me. It's an honor to be here, it really is. For years I struggled with opiate addiction, and it got to a point where I had burned my life to the ground. You know, I tore my family apart. I hated who I had become. My spirit was broken.
Wow.
And I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what was wrong with me, and I didn't know how to change. When I entered the program at Salvation Army, they told me that I suffer from a disease of alcoholism and addiction, and that it's not my fault. You know, that it's my responsibility to treat it. And they taught me how to do that.
Absolutely. And
so,
and you said you have a family too, right?
I do.
Yeah.
I do. Yeah, I have a son.
Yeah.
I have a son, and our relationship was, you know, in the gutter by the time I reached the doors of the Salvation Army, and I have him back in my life today.
Wonderful. I'm so glad to hear that. So, you know, let's talk about a little bit what that journey was like. First of all, it's admitting that there is an issue and that it needs to be addressed. But when you got there, what was that process like for you in terms of, you know, how everything unfolded?
You know, they were so welcoming. They welcomed me with open arms, and they loved me until I could love myself again. And through work therapy, classes, counseling, and just the community spirit overall, they showed me how to rebuild my life.
Wow, and you've been able to do so. Look at you, you're thriving now. You are a shining example of what your life can become after going through this program. Captain David, let's bring you to the conversation. You know, first of all, thank you for your work, but let's talk about how this process works. If someone out there is listening and they know someone who needs help, or maybe they need help, how do they go about doing it, and how does this work?
Well, our facility is located at 211 Judson Avenue in North Las Vegas. Or they can call 399-2769 and ask to speak to the intake coordinator or how to put in an application. And we'll get them started. And the two basic requirements are just identification and hopefully TB test results. But we can try to help men and women that are serious. So just make the call, start the process, and let's see what we can do.
And so how long is this program?
The program's first phase, the initial phase, is 6 months. 6 months. So what we're trying to do is teach the men and women healthy habits. And also get them some drug and alcohol counseling. The Salvation Army is a church, so we focus on some spiritual regeneration. We give them good, healthy habits, and we just help them rebuild their lives. Now, if they need that extra help of starting to look for a job, gaining employment, we have those phases available too. We partner with other programs and housing agencies around town, and we just help them, give them a hand up instead of a hand out, a hand up.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I really appreciate what you all are doing there at the Salvation Army. That just gives you an idea of what's available, but they do have room. The doors are open. That is the news we want to convey to you. We will also put this information on our sister station's website, news3lv.com. Lisa, thank you for sharing your story. Continued success to you. Thank you, Captain David, for the work you're doing, and we'll be back on the other side of the break.